Thank you so much for staying tuned to TMI Tuesday's edition. I am Wilson of Marshall. Well, today it's all about the 2023 general elections and the Southeast question. So persons have indicated interest to vie for the #1 position, talking about the presidency of Nigeria, the president, the #1 man. You get to hear heavyweights like the Vice President Emil Shibajo. You get to hear names like Aminu Tambawa. You get to hear Amechi Rotimi. You get to hear Peter Obi, and of course the Jagaban. Yes, Tinubu. Lots of them coming out to say it is their turn to rule this country. But Bode George yesterday made a comment saying, look, no matter what you are doing, remember the southeastern region of Nigeria. And everybody reacting to that. To throw more light on this, I have a reverend gentleman, a clergyman, a political analyst, join me to welcome Bishop Austin Ibasan. Bishop, welcome to TMI Tuesday's edition.
Thank you.
I appreciate your comment.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the person I want to introduce was one time ASU chairman, yes, Uniben chapter, and he's a prof in Uniben, and he's a vibrant political analyst. Join me to welcome Professor Julius. Yes, welcome to TMI.
Thank you, Wilson, for having me. Good morning, viewers.
So, some persons have indicated interest for the #1 position, and of course, despite the ups and downs in information dissemination, the vice president eventually made known his intention via his Twitter handle, saying, I am ready to serve, and I'm going to continue from where Mr. President stopped. Prof, let me start off from you. Political terrain in Nigeria and what is happening right now ahead of the 2023 general election.
Yeah.
What do you feel about all this?
Yes, I think it's a beautiful field because politics, like so many we say, is a game. And so we have so many players this time, but of course we know that at the end of the day, it will be one person that will be presiding over this country, sitting there at the Aso Rock.
Yes.
And all that. But then we know what the history is in this country. We have had military administrators. We had democratic presidents and all of that. And this is a country I have always posited here about quota system, Federal Character Commission and all of that. And so what that means is that almost all the regions of this country should have fair representation in government offices and all that. And so the way it is, as it is now, just like Bode George has said, my candid advice is that I think it will be time to let those from the southeast to be there to preside this time. I'm sure that almost of the other regions of the country have had fair share.
Fair share.
Yes. So it will be time for those from the southeast, and I have a special liking for that. Because looking at divinity at a point in time, I had a revelation that until somebody from the southeast presides over this country, we might not actually leave the woods. And that was in 2004. I mentioned this in
2004?
When I got this revelation. And I mentioned it in so many classes I taught in the university, and students would normally ask. And then another revelation also came, asking those who are doing well in the government that was in operation then, where are they from? And that, if you look back under Obasanjo regime, if you look at the ministers, many officers then, who were performing were actually from the south. Because when you hear, people will say, that the Igbo man, no, they will sell this country and all that. But if you look at those who have really dispensed responsibility effectively and efficiently, they are the ones from that extraction.
All right, I will come back to you, Prof.
Yeah.
Bishop, you heard him. he spoke via divinity, the revelation he got as far back as 2004.
Yes.
He said for there to be equity, balance, fairness, the southeastern part of the country should be considered. And but the judge yesterday made that vehemently clear. He spoke to his party, the PDP, that look, you have to zone it to that region. Do you have a different view?
The issue is that the issue of Southeast is not about people zoning it to them. It's about the Southeastern people themselves. Yes, there's a parable in my place. They say you didn't beg Christmas, you did beg native doctor. If the native doctor made medicine and the Christmas say no go drink, how go take care? One of the problems of the Southeastern people is that they are never one.
They are never one.
Wrong. Yes.
They are not united.
They are never united. If they want to do something, you see, the masses will come in to something that people can just sit down and decide and say, let's leave our party differences and just bring somebody among us. Let's forget about I came from here and we want to fight for this particular tribe in Nigeria. We have been marginalized over the years. Just like I would not agree that Southeastern people are marginalized. If you look at the government of Jonathan, you look at the government of Obasanjo, the key people in that government are Southeastern people. If you look at the last administration of Jonathan, I think Yoruba people were marginalized in that government and Igbo really have their way. But to talk about presidency is good to ask them to come on board. But I feel that it is not about giving them the platform. The platform is set. If the Igbo people want they want to take their shot in the presidency, they can arrange put their house in order without anybody zoning it to them. They can put their house in order and decide and say, no matter the party, this is the person that is going to represent our interest, and everybody fall in line. But for now, I can tell you that you know how many people are already showing their interest now, and how to harmonize them so that they will be able to come together and come as one. That is going to be the prayer request. It's not about giving them platform. They give them platform is not a difficult thing. Now, the platform we're talking about, when people are united and they form a strong voice, and everybody knows that this is the arrowhead, this is the man we want to present, everybody will fall in line and come in there. It's not about, the issue is about the Southeasterner. Are they really cooperating with themselves to say we want to take the shot, and I'm going to collapse my interest for the interest of our own tribe, so that whosoever come in this consensus, all of us, no matter the tribe where you come, no matter the party you came from, you are going, everybody is going to queue up behind them. It is easy for other tribes to be united than the Southeastern people. Right. I'm not trying to insult them, but I'm just trying to give you analysis of all the things that have happened in the time past. So it is not about the platform. If you give them the platform, you see that the issue is going to end up on which state is going to produce it. Now, out of all the region, they are the only one that is short-charged with one state. If it is where there is unity, by now, people from that region will have formed a strong voice long ago, and that state will have been given to them. But the issue is that where is going to be the capital? Where are they going to carry it from? So these are issues that are on ground. I believe very strongly that it is good to follow the gentleman agreement to say, okay, every side of the country. And if you look at Jonathan, for the first time in the government of Jonathan, we have the chief of army staff from the east. Those who said, if you give it to an Easterner, they're going to sell Nigeria. They might be wrong, because the chief of army staff was an Igbo man, and that was the first time to be appointed after the Civil War for an Igbo man to be in charge of the army. So, and the man did very well. During his time. So, I believe that every part of this nation should be given the fair share, but it is the matter of the people from the region.
Now, he said it is not an issue of it being zoned to them, but it's the region itself that they are not united. Take it up from there.
How many regions have actually been really united? Even when Jonathan came up as president in this country, remember that you have LMIC Adam, you have Donald Duke, you have so many, even in the former Midwest and all that, wanting to be president. So if the country wants somebody from the Southeast to be president of this country, they can be helped onto that seat.
Yeah,
that is very clear. But if they don't want, they can also help to destabilize them more. And you can't get somebody from it. But now, if we believe that, yes, we want to get somebody from the southeast, arrows are already pointing on who can best be in that office right now. If you look at the north, for instance, now, is that not where you have Saraki, you have Kambowa, you have Kwakwaso, you have Atiku, and so many of them. So we compare that to what you have from the southeast. So it is not actually too bad. That is the honest truth. Everybody have opportunity or maybe right to aspire, but you can help, from that position. Because it would have been worse if you don't have good people showing forth that they can be in charge of such offices. So the truth about it is that I agree that, yes, because of the parliamentary system that subsisted in the past in that place, you have so many persons, very independent minds, and that will also even help the country. Because when you have all this cohesion, or all this consensus and all that, that is when people begin to pay prices to some individuals, like we have as godfathers and all that. But when people are independent-minded and all that, they are able to come up to positions, you find that it helps the country better. So that is what I'm saying here. So the Southeast question is a very, very beautiful one this time. I like the statement Body George has made. And then I read somewhere also where Atiku has said, if we are going to apply the zoning system in PDP, then except it is zoned to the southeast. Do you understand? He was ready to step down for anybody in the southeast. And I said, God is already beginning to help this country. It's just to assist people like that with that statement, because he is also a very strong character. He's a very strong contender for that very
presidency. Yeah.
So if now he's making that kind of statement, in fact, that is an honorable statement, is to cash on it as a country, and say, thank you, Mr. Atiku. Now we are zoning to the southeast. We think now somebody from the southeast should preside over this country as a president and all that. And God is helping us. That is the way I see it. So, but not the game I was saying before is that, yes, some persons were wanting to whittle down the power of... yes.
That is where we are coming to right now. Bishop, you've seen the retinue of personalities that are gunning for the #1 position. You get to see retinue of them from the north. And of course, we are seeing 2 major contenders also from the southwest. And don't forget to mention some others are coming up. These are strong characters according to Prof. Now with all this on the ground, does the southeast stand a chance?
With the kind of elephant and the lions that are on the platform,
yes,
it will be a difficult something for the southeast to be able to. The southeast now, all of us seated here, we from all the contenders that are coming from the southeast, we knew the best man who will have been suitable for that job from the southeast.
And don't forget that your best man might not be my best man or his best man.
I'm not mentioning any names.
Sure.
I'm just saying that when you put the antecedent of people who have tasted, there is nobody coming in the southeast now that have not tasted power before. So you might be able to judge somebody while the person was on a small seat. The Bible says when you are faithful in little thing, you will be given an opportunity for a bigger thing. So if somebody is faithful in an office the person have held in the time past, you expect the person to be able to do more in that bigger office. But the issue now is that these men who have very, very deep pocket and who are grassroots politicians, who have been there for a very long time, and they know the strategy and how to go about it. It will be a difficult something for anybody in the southeast now to be able to scale through, except, like what the prof said, that you eventually say we zoned it to this part of the country. And it will be a difficult thing for any of these parties to say they are zoning it for the southeast. It's a pure truth that both I'm talking of the two major parties. I'm not talking of other party, Better Pass, My Neighbor Party, and all the rest of them. We are just coming up parties that come whenever there's election. That they come whenever there's election, and they pull up back into their shell when the election is over. You don't see their presence. They will never contest for local government election, councillorship, but they want to shoot at the presidency. And it's only grave you do from the top. Everything you do on earth, you start from the down. Only grave that people do from the top. Anybody that want to rise, everything start from down. Is it the tree? Is it the skyscraper? Everything you want to do, you start from the down. Jesus himself started from the manger, and he became a manager. He was not born in UBTH or born in a central hospital. He was born in a manger. And so anybody that want to start something from the top, you see, I always see a lot of people come out and they say sweet things and they contradict the sitting government. But when they are finished with their rhetoric and their sweet words, in their big office, some of them are economists, some of them are being in one office or the other, but as soon as the election is over, they pull back into their share. Nobody feel their presence in the market woman, the ordinary people in the street, they don't feel their presence. No seminar until when there's election again, after 4 years. So it shows that those people are not ready. That you remember on this same platform at the time, when the government of Mr. President came on board, I said these young men who contested as president in each of these party, bring them together. They are very, very strong guys who can help you move your government. They are not going to be Federal Executive Council, but they'll be a think tank. Some of them were economists. You use them in that direction. Tell them, I'm your father. We want this to move forward. All right. I want you people to sit down. So for now, for Southeast to produce the presidential candidate in the party with the cross of people that are coming out now, with those who are father and children, and also some persons in different places who have what it takes to fight. And when we talk of unity, the people, some of these people on board now, they know how to zoom and come together quarter to election and sort it out.
You just hold on now. I will come back to you, Bishop. I'll come back because you raised the point that I need Prof to react. You said with the caliber of persons on the ground, with the money muscle, with the influence. We talk about the two major political parties. Well, what Bishop said, he said it may be impossible to zone it to the southeast. What do you feel about that?
Let me tell you, my co-discussant here talked about the Bible, and you know it is even there also that he said it takes the weak to confound the strong. Let me tell you, no matter how strong these political parties are, well, we have seen this in the past. Okay, let's look at it. APC. Before now, the power of APC had almost gone down. The dynamics have shown that, yes, some persons in one particular extraction of the country were moving over to the opposing party, the PDP. You understand? But it is now, you know, it's beginning to show as if that the PDP game may not work for them. And you are noticing now, they are dancing back again to the same APC and trying to raise surrogates now to contest as president. People who could easily be manipulated, people who could easily be used, people whom they can trust that will do their bidding. That is what the game that is on now. Because the idea is, this PDP idea may not work. If zoning, because everybody in PDP is crying zoning, it is time for powers to shift to the south. And then as it's shifting to the south, even some of them from a particular extraction is saying, if it's coming to the south at all, it should go to the southeast. And if as strong as a candidate that has been working for a very long time in PDP is saying, I will concede to somebody from the southeast, then that sends some kind of cold shivers and that terrain. And then if he is conceding, it means that the party, the PDP, if they are going to hold on to the zoning, they must give it to somebody from the southeast. That is that equation solved there. Then, but the issue now is, Are people from a particular extraction going to accept to vote for somebody from the southeast? Are you sure that they will not funnel back into APC? And then in APC, they are equally likely to maybe zone also to the south if nothing happens along the line. Like we're already saying, nobody knew before that the vice president was going to, in this same week when Jesus was betrayed by Judas Iscariot.
I don't know where you are going right now.
I'm sorry. I'm only making an analogy.
Yes.
I'm also saying, now he has also declared, and then he has his principle. See, on that, there too. And so it's going to be battle royale, what we are going to see here. But I am saying the hands of Esau, you understand?
Yeah.
Encouraging some of these factors. Remember that Amechi, also Minister of Transport, has also is also picking interest, or has declared also to also run. So at the end of the day, there's going to be, pitching A against B, B against this, and all of that.
And that's what he's saying. Then, he said this will be impossible.
And then what you will see at the end of the day is that those who are good political maestro at the end of the day will take the day. Do you understand?
Yes.
But it's for people to return back home to say, these games are on. Let's advise ourselves. Because whether you like it or not, it is better that this time, somebody, we have said here before, that somebody from the south presides over this country.
All right. There's this argument because right now, the political party is saying the southern region. It was only Bode Judge that said southeast as at yesterday.
Yeah.
Atikuna said it about the zoning. If it should go down to the southeast, I will back out.
Yeah.
But right now, you understand Nigerian politics, and for all that is underneath the Nigerian politics, do you think that the word of Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, and of course the chieftain of the PDP Bode Judge, will really make a difference in this, Bishop?
The issue is that, politicians, they have a way of saying something. And that's why you don't take a politician serious by every statement they made. If you want to talk about that one, I will tell you that Vice President, our sitting Vice President, was in the East while they were campaigning 2019 and said, by principal promise that power is going to come to the Southeast. Then when he was also campaigning in some part of Yoruba land, he also said, my principal said, the power is going to come after our tenure. Now, on the same campaign, now what I'm bringing out is that the same man has come out today to say, I'm going to run. What I'm trying to bring out is that when politicians are saying something, now the same Atiku can say, when they zone into Southeast, it will happen. I'm going to withdraw. Then, politicians, it is not what they do outside that they do at the back. The same set of people might also pay some people in the Southeast and mobilize them and say, run as if you want to do this presidency. You run, about 5 of you, I will mobilize you. You will scatter the people from your place. They will not be able to have one voice. And by that time, it will fall back to me. So when a politician is saying something, you cannot take it to the bank to go and collect money. Is it not these people that we have heard what they have said in the time past? So that statement, it is not legal tender anywhere, because are we not seeing it? Sitting governors sit in their state and they see that the state that have trouble are giving more allocation. They cause trouble in their own state to get more money. So, but that is not supposed to be a style of leadership. A leader must be happy that you are governing people and your state is peaceful. But in Nigeria here, you look and say, when my state is peaceful, they will not have more money. So let us look for some area boys and create some problem somewhere, so that when we are talking in the council, I will be saying, I have problem. There are problems in every part of my place. So the problem is now, in my place they say, when a pig has a big blockhouse, it's a blessing to the butcher. It's not a blessing to the pig itself, because it's an heavy load, but to the butcher, he's doing Thanksgiving, because it's an additional meat, he's going to have more money. So what we say is in a sane society, you expect a sitting governor to be happy to preside over a peaceful state. But governors today, they are causing problems in their own state, so that it will look as if they are volatile. So when the man said, I'm going to withdraw, a man who has been on this race for how long? You think he's going to just withdraw? These are tactical people. They are political strategists and tacticians. So when they are talking, they have their feet on the ground. You want, see, if somebody become president of Nigeria for 30 minutes, you cannot be a poor person. So for somebody now who have run for over, going to how many years, almost going to 20 years, and tell you that if this only go this to this direction, I'm going to pull up. I can't take self-statement, because I know that while the statement is outside in the public, there will be strategy, because you can't expect the man, because this is the last chance that the man have after this kind of season. You can't expect him to be coming back again to come and contest with children who are his grandchildren. So those statements that if they zone it to the southeast, this one, that one, see, I don't take it, because politicians, what they say in the public is not what they mean. And they set up their machinery to achieve their purpose. So many people are coming out now and protesting. They are not going anywhere. But some of them are sent by some persons who fold their hands somewhere to either be a scatterer to somebody's ambition. They say, oh, okay, if this our guy will not have it, we will bring out some persons, we will mobilize them. Our target is that let it go this direction. Okay, that's why I said the southeastern people, they need to sit down. It goes beyond party. When they sit down and they make a voice, in 1999 it was difficult to present any other tribe, because it has gotten to a climax where the people felt we were cheated by MKO stuff and the rest of that. We need to be compensated now, and that even the power brokers and the big boys, the military executive, so to say, who determine who become president, they sat down, they look at them and said that if you don't bring a Yoruba man now, there is no, this country will go. So the southern people must get to a level where people see them that there is no difference. Everybody is saying the same thing. Okay. And we have been able to zero down. This is where we are going. Let them not bring 15, 20 people.
I'll come back to you, Bishop. Well, you heard me say you don't just take politicians sometimes for their words. That they may say something now.
With picture salt.
They need to be like doing some other things. That from what is really happening, talking about Nigerian politics, I'll ask you that same question. Do you see these men fulfilling their words or the promises as election heats up?
It is a serious issue we are talking about. Politics is a very big issue, especially in Nigeria, where he made one statement now that even if you are there for 30 minutes, you can never be a poor man. But however, the men that are throwing themselves up for this position are no poor men. They are already big men in their own rights. If you
compared to those coming from the eastern region.
If you look at them, let me tell you, the last shopping mall that caught fire in Abuja belonged to one of these persons actually, who is showing up wanting to run in the southeast. There are no, these are no, somebody who, for instance, has been able to take a flight and gone to influence some countries, ask questions. How are you doing this? How are you achieving results in your country and all of different countries of the world cannot be an ordinary man or a poor man. You understand?
Sorry for interjecting. In big English, money pass money.
I know. We know. You understand that? We know. But even this same money, it's somewhere in the Bible also, it says money became foolish, couldn't do anything. You understand?
Yes.
That is where we have some issues like that. So at the end of the day, even money pass money, you know that 100 naira in one person's hand is not the same value in another person's hand. So we must understand all these dynamics about what even the money is. Right. So the truth about it is this. The information I have somewhere, I hope it is correct, that somebody like Peter Obi, Sunday Ahim, and another or many of these persons from the southeast had been able to meet somewhere. They had a meeting and all that. So that is some level of unity that's coming from the southeast. Just like you have the Tambua, Saraki, Kwankwaso, and many of these people be able to hold meeting also with Atiku. And I think what will be coming up from that short meeting is that if at the end of the day the party is saying you are the one we are putting up, please let's support ourselves. And once we get to that point, because it is not to agree to a consensus, everybody's please queue behind me. No, we may present all ourselves before the party BOT and all that, and then at the end of the party, maybe through the primaries, one person will eventually carry the day. If somebody carries the day from the south is there, what we are saying here is that the entire PDP, whether you are in the critical north or critical south, should not support that candidate. That's what we're talking about. But then the game we are seeing here is, at the end of the day, will it be APC or will it be PDP? You understand? And so that is where the battle is. And for Atiku, you know, statements like that cannot be easily wished away. It has something to do with credibility. If you have come into the open to the general public to say, if this thing goes to this extraction, I will shave my
like what Bishop said, this may just be his last opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm saying that for you to take such a risk that has to do with integrity, it's not an easy thing to just go against. You understand? He didn't not say if he comes, he said, except it goes this way. You understand? The width now is he going to make sure that it does not go that way? If he is able to do that, then he can still stand very, very, you know, head above his shoulders. Otherwise, if it is to the southeast, I think that he will throw in the toy.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Now, for what is said for the information he got, if it's anything to go by, that these personalities from the southeastern region, they met and they want to project somebody, or they may project somebody, do you think that will see the light of the day?
If they are able to do it, that's why I said to be able to do it.
Yes.
We saw a number of elections that took place recently. We saw people in the same state taking their party to court, as far as going to going to Bauchi to go and take court order. The people of the state that want their party to. So we have to. My own is not that you know, there is a way you say something in the public, and you make sure that thing does not work. Me, I've seen politicians do all kinds of things. So when they say something, I don't take that. When Fashola was there, Fashola said it is only a child that failed, that will come the second time. I had a sitting governor who said, if you see my poster for the second time, say it's obituary poster, all of them came the second time. So what we are talking about, when politicians are saying something, we don't see. There is no politician today, with due respect to all of them. I don't take them serious. Have we not, in our state here, have we not seen it? Things that people said, after a few hours, they have changed their voice, they have changed their face. We see it happening here. People here in the state here, in Edo state here, all of us were here during the election. Is it the same climate? Is it the same climate now? When we were even people today, when you go all around, what people are chanting that time, how many people are chanting it now? It's just like say Baba in 2014. How many people are saying say Baba now? Say Baba is not around, and people have their children with the kidnapper now. Baba is somewhere in the UK. So who is saying say Baba now? It is say Baba that time. Say Baba, when you say it in the market, they give you onion. Say Baba, they give you watermelon. But go and say it now. Even those people can stab you if you mention it, because they knew what they have went through. So what we are talking about is that when politicians are saying something, I cannot take it anywhere. Because 98% of politicians, they are self-centered people. They never put the interest of the masses at heart. When you see a politician doing a project, go and check and verify the market quality of value of that project. You will see that that man that is tying that road is not tying it because he wants people to enjoy a good road. Go and look at the quality of what they use there, and look at the money allocated. That same man who allocated that road, ask him if it is the road to his house he allocated with his own personal money. He if that is the amount he will use to give the project out, if he's going to tar the road of his street, this 1 billion is what I'm going to use personally from my pocket. Where are those politicians? Have you seen any politician today when they do local government election? Have you seen anybody, any other party win the election? Okay. What I'm saying is that when they say that, yes, you can say something in the open, and you put machinery in place for that thing not to see the light of the day. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that statement have not been said, and it is only a fool that will say something that will tie his own hand from enjoying a juice. When I say if anybody is a president of Nigeria for 30 minutes, that the person cannot be poor, what I really mean is that the position of a sitting president in Nigeria after God Almighty, our forces of darkness and witches and wizards, Nigeria president is the most powerful person in the whole wide world. So you will not expect somebody to not give it. No, Nigeria president can look at you and say, I don't like your tie. Listen, that is your sin. Get out of here. He can do anything. Nobody will ask him questions.
Gentlemen, calm down. Hold on.
The president of America does not have the power that the Nigerian president has.
Bishop, hold on. Because of time factor.
Bishop,
Hold on.
Calm down. I believe that statement, but what I'm just saying is that
constraints. But if you have 3 minutes, hold on, 3 minutes each to conclude because of time constraints. So your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, I just wanted to inform Igba that what is happening now is because of the amorphous principles of governance in Nigeria.
Yes.
If we have policies, if we have structures that are working, well-defined constitution, rules and regulations, nobody can come up and just you do a kind of project anyhow and go away with it. You can't do that in some other climes because the system is well tied up and all that. You can't misbehave. So politicians here have those opportunity because the system is amorphous, not very, very organized. That is the problem. But however, what I see here is that I plead with Nigerians that, you see, that statement I made before, it took that God took the weak to confirm the strong. You look at when they were going to appoint king in the house of Jesse, almost all of them had passed. He said, that is the man. You have not seen the man until they saw the one that was the weakest. You see, most time God wants to use the weakest to show that I am God, to do this something very great for you to understand that there is God. This time, the weakest region in Nigeria, as it were today, is the southeast. God wants to take somebody from that weak region, take weak person also from that region, somebody you think does not have even the wherewithal to be able to carry out this, to now help this country out of the wood. And me, what I'm saying, I expect that we should queue behind now the southeast. And I have my man, Peter Obi.
Hold on, you're not here to campaign, please. This I put my foot down. You use the word I have, but that's a campaign slogan. We don't allow you right now. It's not time to campaign, please.
I'm very sorry.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. I really appreciate the wonderful analysis. Bishop, your 3 minutes starts now.
I want to I align with what Prof said about the system. And those who operate the system are the politicians. They make sure that the system is so weak that they determine, they become the system themselves. They have made themselves the system. That's why you see a sitting governor in a state not far from us, a judgment was given by a judge that was against the state government, and the salary of that judge was not paid for 1 year. The same man now is campaigning, he wants to be a president. The man who frustrated a judge that gave a judgment that was an incorruptible judgment, and he didn't pay the salary of the judge for 1 year. Why is it that you see that governors are running up and down, and they don't want the autonomous of legislature, the autonomous of judiciary? Because they are not sincere. My own challenge is that the southeastern people must come together. You see, who they learn Baba, now person head go take learn. You know go use baby take learn. Now person head, now go take do learner. So I want to beg the southeastern people, put your differences behind. Because those who are playing this game with us, they are throwing a ball that everybody will fight, and at the end of the day, it will fall back to them. It will not be as if Look at our state. Today, Edo State have lost out in APC national chairmanship. We have lost out in NDDC. Is it not the quarrel? Those who caused the quarrel, they were watching us because they wanted the South to be out of the system as APC leader. And what has happened today? They've achieved their aim because those who are playing the draw with us, they are tactical. They will use us against ourselves. In the days of Baba Oyegun, it was Shomole that was used that time. When the Shomole got there, his own son was used against it. And all the whole play, at the end of the day, who lost? It was Edo State that had the opportunity to produce national chairman of a center party twice, back to back. What can we point to in this state now that we say we have benefited? They have brought custom school or they brought immigration training school. What I want to say is that the Southeastern people should speak to themselves and put their differences behind and sincerely follow one person among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jess. I know you can go on and on because of the passion you have for the Southeast, but talking about antecedents, talking about intrigues in politicking, talking about the formula, talking about the carrot and stick approach. Do you think that it will fall to the South? I'm asking you out there looking at us. Yeah. All the big weights pulling their weight in this particular battle. Do you think that small region in Nigeria will be remembered? Well, the judge said it. Give it to them. Atiku said if it's done to them, I'll back out. But my analysts are saying is no politicians say you follow most of the time. Let's see how all this will pan out as 2023 approaches. It's all about the general elections.